Arsenal Fan TV America, welcome back to our special edition of the Champions League football. The best in the world, like we talked about yesterday. As we know, yesterday's episode, we had AC Milan out, and who took him out was actually their very annoying rival, neighbor, Inter Milan. So now Inter Milan was the first to book their ticket to go play on June 10th. That's a Saturday. And they will take on now Manchester City. Manchester City today just played Real Madrid, and the game ended a few moments ago. Of course, Real Madrid is a big historical club. I personally counted on them winning today, but again, City were able to control the game. They knew exactly what they wanted from the first minute, and they win it. So I'm going to tell you what happened in the game real quick, even before the lineup. Real Madrid, is just to summarize it, didn't show up the first half of the first half. And it was all City, and they scored their goals, their two goals. After that, Real Madrid woke up, the end of that half, first half, but nothing happened to them. Now, fast forward, we go to the second half. Same thing happened, only just vice versa. Meaning, Real Madrid now came in very hot, controlled the game, played like Real Madrid, the 14 times champions of the Champions League or the European Champions League, right? Showed us how they could play. But then the last half of that second half now was just like the beginning of the game, all Manchester City. I mean, at some point there were 80% City, 20% Real Madrid ball position, that is. You can tell how much they controlled the game, and they beat them again 2-0. So they just sort of, when you go into a half of football, you tell your player, here is two scenarios, right? So City did that. The two scenarios in the first half, they just first controlled the game, had a lot of position of the football, and then defended well. Second half, they defended well and then had control of the game again, put their subs. Red Mahrez comes in. The subs are fresh, great players. And of course, they were able to beat them again. So two halves of football, 2-0 each, with a 4-0 demolition, let's just be honest, to Real Madrid at the Etihad Stadium, 4-0. Of course, again, that does not sort of take away from the 14 times champions, but City was just that good on the day, and Real Madrid were that bad on the day. Now, there's this little something here I want to talk about that's very important, that I feel I have to voice. There's no doubt about how good Man City is now, and how they're flying football and they're the best in the world, right? But there's also no doubt that every team that goes out there are scared. Even Real Madrid today. Real Madrid was a bit scared in the beginning. Why? From the hype. Social media, everybody's on their phone. Everybody sees, City's going to do this to Real. City's going to do that to Real. It's City's time. Real Madrid is not going to do it this time. This, that. So pre-game, everyone is against Real Madrid, already preparing City to win. Same thing happened back in the Arsenal game before, the Arsenal title game, actually, that we played Manchester City. It was the same thing. Everybody expected for Arsenal to lose, and they supported City. So it seems like everyone in the world wants Manchester City to win this Champions League 2023. We'll see. They face Inter Milan. I will never say never. People say it's 90% done that City wins it. No, I don't say that. I say 50-50 on any given day you're playing football. It's always a 50-50. It's always the team that's prepared. It's always the team that wants it more. It's always the team that works for it more. And on the day, anything can happen. So don't write off Inter Milan yet. We're gonna have to go see on June 10th at Istanbul when we see the final of the Champions League football for Europe between Manchester City and Inter Milan. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting. Again, great game. It's going to be an interesting game to watch. Here's my thoughts again on Real Madrid this go around. They should have started Tchouaméni in the middle because he is much more energetic. Luka Modric did not complete a pass for me in the first half. It was very bad from him. He was very late to challenges. It was obvious that he was not fit. I'm not sure why was he taken away or taken sort of looked like he's scared. But, that's Luka Modric. You're one of the best in the world. So you have to always be prepared. Toni Kroos was more defending than he's doing anything else. Valverde just kept watching Gundogan, didn't move from, watching him, which he did his job. But the rest, again, Modric and Toni Kroos, in my eyes, were in at best. Vinicius Jr. Didn't have any of his bursts. Eduardo, was ghost for three-quarter, time of the game. Marco Asensio came at the end, didn't really show us how much he wants to win. I liked Luka Vecas at the end, change with Carvajal. I loved, how he also, Carlo Ancelotti, took out from the midfield. He took out Luka Modric, put Rudiger, took Camavinga, put him in Modric's place, and then have David Alaba play at the left back position, and then had Rudiger stay next to Militao. Now, you did that. You showed us how solid you could be playing that way. In my opinion, he should have started that way. He should have started with Camavinga in the middle with Tchouaméni, left back David Alaba, Rudiger and Militao in the middle, Carvajal or Lucas Vazquez, which really seemed very ready on the day, and of course your three up front, Karim Benzema in the middle, and Vinicius Jr. and Eduardo on both sides. But he didn't. We saw City didn't change a whole lot, but they were, from the beginning, they played 3-2-4-1. Obvious. We had, their three defender was Kyle Walker and Akanji, both, right and left. In the middle, Ruben Diaz. Ahead of him, Rodri, that did a great job. He destroyed Real Madrid's game plan, cut everything, and gave it to Kevin De Bruyne. That was, ahead of him in the four-line midfielder that had Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, and, of course, Bernardo Silva that we saw had an amazing game. And I know I said that I don't like that he's starting him over Mahrez, but, thanks to one of our comments, I agree with you. One of our new subscribers, you could see in the comments, he actually said something very valuable, that Mahrez does not defend as much as Bernardo Silva. Point taken. You're absolutely right, and that's very clever by Pep Guardiola to keep playing him in that sort of a role. And hey, listen, at the end of the day, Pep Guardiola won. So, of course, everything he did in that game was absolutely right to beat such a rival in Real Madrid and or Carlo Ancelotti. And then, of course, on top of the four, it was the unforgettable now, Erling Haaland, the goal-scoring machine that I think both Militao and Rudiger did a great job in stopping him, but they were so busy stopping him, they left Bernardo Silva score twice, and they left everyone else score. So, hey, that's football for you. Real Madrid is out. Manchester City is very, very close to continuing their winning streak this season and go for the triple. They can win it all. They can win the FA Cup against Manchester United. They're going to play. They can win the Champions League. They could do the triple by winning Champions League against Inter Milan. And of course, if they beat Chelsea this upcoming Sunday, they will be crowned the Premier League champion. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, I'm not really a City fan. It is what it is. That's why I'm just, technically talking about them. But Carlo Ancelotti should have done better. Real Madrid should have done better also. But I didn't see that from Real Madrid. City wanted it more. City played the game plan. City did it all. Real Madrid didn't play up to their potential and up to the, the best of the ability that we know they can put. So they all came short. The superstar of the game for them that, took 4 goals in, which is Thibaut Courtois. He still made tremendous saves. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care now, and don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, and see you later.